editing, looking up parts. All right, guys. I just had a major breakthrough, and I just had to get out the camera to talk my mind out a little bit. But I'm probably gonna post this video. I think it needs to be posted. You know, in this off season, I've been doing a lot. Like, you know, we got the STI pink springs. We definitely upped the spring rates, and that's been a huge help. Obviously, the tires here are taking a good beating, but they're still 205s. So I've been really thinking about kind of, you know, like, what's going on with the car, you know what I mean? Like, is it my driving? Is it the car? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm having a lot of revelations, you know what I mean? Like a lot of revelations. If you guys originally don't know, I never built this car for autocross at all. It was never set up for that. In fact, a lot of it was just taking parts off of my old Outback and tossing them on here. Like these wheels here, the wheels, they were just off the old Outback. Literally, they're just off the old Outback. That's why they're 16s, and that's why I have 205 tires on them, because they literally came right off the Outback. You know what I mean? And you couldn't really run any larger wheels and tires on there. The rear sway bar here. We're gonna go back to the rear sway bar because that's what I'm thinking about right now. This blue bar here is your rear sway bar. Now this is a 20 millimeter bar, meaning this middle part here is 20 millimeters thick. If you were doing a street car and you were going with, you know, very mild springs or stock springs, 20 millimeter, okay, back in the day, like literally we're talking like 10 years ago, 20 millimeter was like an upgrade. You know, people had a 17 millimeter on there, I think, stock, and everyone was like, oh, 20 millimeter, go get the STI bar, it's 20 millimeter. I mean, that's not an STI bar, but you know what I mean? Like, just get 20 millimeter, that's fine. You don't even need to upgrade the front one, you know, and I actually still debate on the front one. Do I think it's a benefit? Yeah, sure, but it's a pain in the ass to install, and I'm just literally thinking about like what I had. So I had the springs on here, and I'm like, those are not autocross springs, but like I'm autocrossing, you know what I mean? And I wonder why I'm in 4th place out of like 10 or 12 a lot of times, just by like a little bit I'm off by, and I'm like, why isn't the car rotating? Why doesn't it drive like it should? I don't understand, you know what I mean? And like, this is really basic shit, you know what I mean? If I had a new car and I was doing this, oh, I'd instantly go to like a, you know, 24 millimeter rear sway bar and maybe like 22 in the front or something like that. Or maybe 22 and 22. I have the stock 19 and the back one's a 20. It's adjustable, but it's still 20. But when you can't get, you know, your suspension to do what you want and the car to do what you want at all, and you're fighting it constantly, you got to think outside the box a little bit. So I've been thinking about getting a new rear sway bar. It's just everybody online is being a dick because you go to these places, they're like, oh, I want $450 for my, you know, used rusted ass Perrin one that's, you know, 25 millimeters. Oh, it's got the end links with it too. And you're like, $450, dude? Like, you're an idiot. You can buy them new for like $250. Like, no, I'm not going on the price. I mean, yeah, I could go new, but I hate putting new parts on an old car. Just something I have a weird thing about. Like, I wouldn't go out and buy like a brand new sway bar to put on here. I want a used one actually and save some cash because they don't go bad. This one's been on like 3 or 4 cars, and I bought it used before this. You got to improve what you can with the car. I mean, improve your driving. I mean, work on that. I'm looking at videos. I'm actually reading a book right now about autocross. You know what I mean? Like, just do whatever you can. But you know, like, if you have like a 20 millimeter sway bar on there and you're autocrossing, I just kind of realized, like, it just dawned on me today. Like, I don't know why it took this long. That might not be enough. Do you ever think about that? That might not be enough. The same as the spring rates. Certainly were not enough. You know what I mean? And even now, I think like, okay, 20. What is it? 20. 223 and 195 probably isn't even high enough either. I know a lot of people running like 400 and 350 and stuff like that. So but you compensate with the sway bars. And what kind of got me thinking about this, I rode in Thad's car. Thank you, Thad. And he had a brand new, I think it's like a 22 millimeter sway bar. He has a Cusco one. He just put it on. And I looked up, you know, what sway bars does Cusco make, and 22 seemed to be the only one. So it's either a 22 or 25. They're pretty common. Maybe 24. I don't know, somewhere in there. But bare minimum of 22. And his car felt so much more planted than mine. I mean, so much more planted. It was ridiculous. So I'm like, yeah, if I was driving that, I could get a lot better times than what I'm getting now, you know? So I'm looking for a new rear sway bar. If you guys have one, please let me know. I'm looking for a 22 or 25, I think, or 24, like I said. Those seem to be common ones. I don't know why they don't have 23s, but up there, I think 25 might be a bit much, so 22 to 24 would be pretty good. And then I could put that on. They are so simple to change out. I mean, mine's a little rusted back there, but I've changed them out in like 20 minutes. They're super simple. Got some tires here. These are all seasons. They're not for me. They are for Helen's car. They're going to go on tomorrow. 205 5017s. Those are going on. Be improving some lap times. So with that said, I just wanted to bring you some updates on what I'm doing, and just some revelations and stuff like that. Like I'm just like having a lot of revelations with things, and I hate to change things I've already changed in our car and parts I've already changed. But you know, just like taking the springs off, you upgrade your springs, then you sell your old springs, and you're about even. So if I sell, you know, if I buy a 22 or 24 millimeter sway bar and I get rid of the 20 millimeter adjustable one, I might break even. I might lose $100. You know, either way, it's a gain for me. So I'm gonna go for it. So that's all I want to tell you guys. Peace out. I will keep you totally updated. Please continue to watch the videos. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. See ya.